drawing a correlation between doing a tough adventure, which I've had quite a lot of experience doing multi-week tough adventures, to the current tough adventure that we're all in. Just thought we'd share a little bit of what we've been through, and perhaps it might be what it might help you with what to expect. So when I do my adventures, I always start with the why. And in this case, we've all got a why, which is to stop the spread or slow the spread down and to ease the healthcare system. So that's our whys for this whole lockdown thing.
So this is no means professional advice, this is just something that from our experiences of doing multi-week adventures, how the planning goes and how the children might deal with things. So what we've seen on social media a lot is a lot of you have got young children now at home that you're homeschooling, and some of the planning you've done and the issues you're encountering. So it did seem that this did correlate with what we do on a multi-week adventuring.
Okay, so week one, everything is bright and shiny and exciting, and the ability to go and do the things is relatively easy. You know your why, and you're all excited and you want to just go and do it. So you throw everything you've got into that first week.
You've got your plan all written out, your timetables, you've got this wonderful idea of how you want to do the next couple of weeks, and then you get started and you're excited. It's all going ahead, your asset is excited, it's all going into plan.
Week two comes along. Week two for me is when everything starts to hurt, and my body starts to throw tantrums, and it's like, what are you doing that for? And my mind is like, well, we said we were going to do this. You start throwing mini tantrums, even though you know your why, you're still having tantrums.
And this brings us to the point about why we thought that this might correlate to children being at home and parents doing all the planning. As you can see, my ultra running asset has these moments. What you find is that you have to adapt everything. Your first week sort of didn't quite go to plan, the excitement's going, people are getting a bit stir crazy, things aren't great, and you have to change your plan. Nothing wrong with changing your plan. I hope this doesn't happen on your second week at home with the children, but if you need to change your plan, change it.
The terrible twos.
So week three, things seem to start settling down. In my experiences, Nikki seems to start forgetting that everything's hurting, body started calming down a bit and getting used to it.
So my conversations are, oh, you're still doing this? Yes, I'm still doing this. Oh, okay, well, I think I might join you then. Oh, okay, let's do this together. And my body and my mind start playing nice together.
Nikki starts adapting to it, I start adapting to it, and I imagine the same is going to happen with you guys. I think this thing is for at least for 3 weeks for the children being at home. They'll have gotten used to this new routine. Processes will have settled down nicely. The habits will start forming.
Week four, you remember the why a lot. Everything becomes quite normal. This is your new norm. Everything's playing nice. Still know that it's tough, but you're coping with it. It's habit forming. Everything feels okay. So you keep going.
And that brings us on to weeks 5 to 8.
These weeks tend to be a bit of a blur. You have up moments, you have down moments, and you keep coming back to the why all the time. But by this stage, you've come so far that it's actually easier to continue doing what you're doing than to give up, because you know you've come so far. So you keep persevering, you have your up and down moments, you keep remembering what it is you're there for, and yeah, it becomes a bit of a blur. For me, the last week is obviously really exciting. You know that your things are coming to an end, and you can see that finish line. You know you still got to do all the steps, but it becomes a bit more of a party atmosphere, because you know that you're nearly through. But the tough stuff that you've just done has become so your norm that the thing that you're about to do after the 9 weeks becomes quite a bit scary, and you wonder how you're going to cope with it, what's going to happen after that point. The tough stuff that you've just gone through is your safety zone, and all of a sudden there's this unknown again.
So when you come to the end of an adventure, and I'll give you an example of this, when Nikki finished the 63 marathons in 63 days, we woke up on the morning of 64 and she asked me, should I go for another run? And asking me, should I run the 64th marathon? Because it was what we did. It took us months to break the cycle. I'm still making the coffee.
Yeah, we're not going to break that cycle.
Some habits just don't change. When they eventually announced that they're relaxing the lockdown rules, there's going to be a certain amount of excitement, but then there's also a certain amount of apprehension. The kids are going to have to go back to school, hopefully. You're going to have to go back to work, and things are changing back to what used to be the normal, but isn't anymore.
So what you learn is that you are so much stronger than you thought you were. You are more adaptable, more resilient, you can roll with the punches, and that something good will come out of it. There will be many more opportunities beyond the current position you're in. So keep believing, stay strong, stay healthy, remember your why, and have a great lockdown.